Roots and Branches was a collaborative and intergenerational project between Theatre for Life, Solent Mind, Remind and Mayfield Nurseries. It was a unique opportunity to connect young people with older people with dementia through the arts to help improve health and social isolation following the pandemic.
Hi, my name's Kate, I'm 21 years old and I'm a part of Theatre for Life. Theatre for Life means the world to me because it's always given me an opportunity to take part in community theatre, which I find really fulfilling and really important. Especially with this project, Roots and Branches, it has been amazing. It's been amazing to connect with the older generation, and especially after such a long time of isolation over the last couple of years, it feels so amazing to be connecting with people, and it's really helped with my well-being on a Monday morning coming here and just spending some time singing, doing some drama workshops, some art workshops, all of that kind of thing, and just learning stories from our older generation and just connecting with them has been so lovely and helped with those feelings of isolation that we've all battled with in the last couple of years.
Coming here has been really fulfilling for my Mondays and to get me throughout the week. Even though COVID has not given me the best opportunities, and finding out loved ones and my grandmother passing away has really put a sort of a dent to my fulfilment in acting at points, but coming with this community has, especially working with the older generation, has really put me a smile on my face. That has allowed me to see it in their eyes and still do stuff willingly that I maybe didn't get the opportunity to do with my nan over the past 2 years. So I'm really grateful for what I can do for the community, for the group, and what they can offer it to me back.
Working with our local communities both in Portsmouth and Southampton, we attended weekly dementia groups with experienced and dementia-friendly practitioners. We explored singing, reminiscence theatre and art. The activities helped to improve cognitive stimulation with our dementia groups, promoting memory skills with a strong focus on reminiscence. Through these creative and intergenerational activities, we were able to collate life stories for our theatre performance.
My name is Jane Harvey. I work for Solent Mind, and I've worked for them for approximately 15 years, and I actually currently manage the dementia service at Mayfield Nursery. I think the first thing, if we look at the dementia group, for them the benefit is that they're actually able to get into an environment and be in touch with nature, plant things, watch things grow, meet with people that have the same issues, along with their carers, and actually just have their individual needs met. I think if you look for all of the rest of the services here, what it does is it highlights dementia, and actually that dementia, you're getting early onset dementia much earlier, and you get connections between people that are here that do not have dementia and shared experiences. I think one of the biggest things about the dementia service is that when people are diagnosed with dementia, it takes quite a while and often it's hidden, and people say things like, oh, it's just my memory. So I think for improving mental health is that what we're doing is we're devising memory books with them so that each week we do things, and we do horticultural things as well as reminiscence, that they have a book that's a living story of what they've been doing, and we link those books to previous experiences and hobbies that they may have had, so that each memory book will be bespoke to that individual person. I think arts and creativity do help. I mean, I'll give you an example. The week before, we had clients who were painting bird boxes. So they were doing their own designs, and it wasn't just about the process of them doing that, it's the fact that they can take those home and link back to those thoughts and feelings. So it's sometimes we might not have we might have people that aren't very vocal, but actually I quite often say to them, how do you feel? And that is, you'll get responses like, I love being here, I feel comfortable, I laugh, I have fun.
I describe myself as a theatre maker, creative arts practitioner. I've done work with people with dementia using poetry, singing, movement, creative expression, and some reminiscence work as well. I think it's amazing. I think intergenerational work is just so beneficial for young people and for older generations, and I just think it's such a reciprocal process of learning and honouring and coming together, and I just think these are the richest processes, and it's so obvious to me how much everyone gets from the experience.
The next stage of our project was to take all these wonderful life stories and transform them into our theatre performance. Never an easy place to start, as we were provided with so much rich material from our dementia groups. It was really important for us as a group of creative theatre makers, with the support of our writer, to communicate the life stories, to show that the person is more than just their diagnosis of dementia.
This is based on people's actual memories and stuff, so it's all essentially a stimulus for me. Like, the memories that we get is what creates the story, and we have some, but I've still got a long way to go. But Anne and Brian's story is coming along very nicely. We tried some of the text out in the workshop, the youth theatre, last week, and I think it worked really well.
So we're going to come and we're going to have a really good time. We're going to do lots of singing next week, maybe a little bit of dancing as well. We'll see how we get on.
You will like that.
Thank you so much. Thank you to Anna, and thank you so much for having us. It's been really, really lovely. Thank you.
My name is Troy, and I am the writer of Roots and Branches. I have gained so much. So it's sort of my job to sort of ask the questions that are gonna sort of form the play. So for me, I've had the most amazing opportunity to get to know people, to delve into their past, into their histories, into their memories, and sort of pick out those sort of gems. So for me, it's just been a wonderful opportunity to get to know people and learn so much from previous generations, from the past. So there's a lot of things that I can take and hopefully turn into a script and pass on to the next generation and to the younger people that will hopefully come and see the show. I definitely believe that. I think, from my own experience, I have mental health issues. I've suffered from depression for quite a long time. And for me, and my own personal story, it has been an incredible experience just to share my life experiences and my memories with other people, and just meet brand new people, and in such a safe and sort of wonderful environment where we're all just getting to know each other, and sharing our stories and learning from each other and creating bonds and friendships, and it's been incredible. It's been an incredible experience.
Anne and Brian are a married couple who we met at Remind Dementia Services in Portsmouth. Anne and Brian have been married for nearly 65 years, and in fact are celebrating their anniversary this coming August. We learnt about their earliest memories and how they met, life within the Navy, living abroad with a young family in Malta, and the importance of caring for each other regardless of your circumstances. Anne is Brian's carer. She also lost her sight 20 years ago. We learnt so much from this beautiful couple, but most importantly, the value of unconditional love and marriage when faced with challenging situations.
When he used to keep going away, and we saw a film together called Love is a Many Splendid Thing.
Yeah.
And it was Jennifer Jones, and I think it was William Holden was the man, took the part of it.
Yeah.
And it was so romantic, and the tune was going through this film, and of course it started being played on the radio a lot because it was popular, you know, and when I heard it, I wanted to cry because he was away, you see, and
Yeah.
and I think you heard it too, and it kind of brought us together. Say, have you heard our song? You know, it was our song, and then the rest is history, really.
I think I was in uniform, wasn't I? Was I?
Yes, you were.
I was in uniform, I think.
You was
Yeah,
in
right,
uniform.
yes.
Excellent.
What were you? A PO?
Chief PO, and then that
You
was,
weren't a chief then?
wasn't I?
No,
Petty
because I had to sew his buttons on.
Oh, yeah.
I had to sew. He gave me 6 buttons. This is when I came down to Portsmouth to. We got a rooms
Oh,
in St
yeah.
Ronan's Road, and he said he'd been made up to chief petty officer. From
Okay.
petty officer, and
Yes.
so he had to put 6 buttons.
3 buttons on each.
Yeah, but you didn't say 3 on each. So he gave me 6 buttons, so I put them all on one sleeve. And he said, "What's this, a blooming tambourine?" I said, "Oh, well, I didn't know you did." I asked him for 6 more. I think that's right.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Russell was 55 years old and lives in a care home. He has early onset dementia. Through Russell's love for music, we were able to go back to the iconic 1980s and relive some of his cherished memories around school and working with his brother. Russell was such a charismatic character. We learnt so much from him about living in the moment and not taking life too seriously, and trying not to have regrets in life.
Talking about these things which are timeless, you know, these things that no matter what age you are, they're still important. You know, the music might have changed, but people are still like inspired and passionate about it.
Yeah.
And that was something that was quite obvious.
I think with the like how it's intergenerational, like that what you're saying about how things always seem to come back around, like music seems to come back around. It reminds me of Russell actually, where we were working with him, and like how nice it was to kind of see like how music was such a huge thing for him and how music is such a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he kind of started to go in on music, I was just like, oh, we have a bit of a bond. Like,
absolutely. I think Russell is a prime example. You know, just the light in that man's eyes when he would talk about his favourite songs, or you know, that's what we knew. This man loves his music, and we need to replicate that. We need to bring that into this play.
Actually, if I'm being truly honest, one of the things that this has made me realise is I haven't asked my own grandparents enough questions, and there's so much to learn from our older generations and so many stories to be told, and I think it's really important that we continue to have those conversations and keep those links between generations and learn from each other.
So my name's Holly, and I have always had an interest in dementia and almost dementia care as carers. I did that for my solo at uni, my performance, because I just feel it's a really important topic that isn't addressed necessarily. You're just sort of thrown into that kind of job role and you learn on the job. So I think it's really important to raise awareness for that when it comes in time. I've just loved getting to meet all these really wonderful people. I don't think we ask enough questions, even my own grandma. You know, I love going and seeing her, but I don't ask too many questions about her life and her previous life. So I've just loved learning about, you know, if they're a couple, how they've met, and just their stories.
For me, I think not only is it another opportunity to obviously act again and perform and be creative and create things, which we love to do, but for me, I had a real interest in the intergenerational side of things, because I realised when we started doing the project that I don't really interact with this generation much at all. I don't really have any grandparents that are of that age.
It is almost like forgotten, isn't it? Forgotten generation.
Yeah, definitely. And like I say, I've got a grandma who's a little bit older, but I don't see her much. So I don't really interact with this generation at all, which is crazy actually. And it's a shame, because I think we've all realised since we've come here that the more we chat to these people, the more, I mean, they've been around for so long, they've been through so much, there's so much to learn, but I don't know, I think you just get caught up in your own life and stuff, and you forget that there's so much perspective and lessons to be learned from chatting to them just about what they went through and when times were different. So,
and also the similarities, I think, as well. Or for me anyway, I always wish I grew up in the 60s, and so asking, for example, last week, how did you guys meet, and dating, I was like, I want it to be back to that point. You know, I hate how it's developed to modern day. It's almost like you want to go back to how they grew up, but then again, they might not. They might say, actually, no, it wasn't good.
It's interesting to learn about how things were back then when they were growing up and they were our age, and the things they had to do, the work they did, how it's changed. Yet at the same point, at the same time, there's the same values, the same sort of traditions a lot of the way. So I think they value, speaking to them at this age, it's really interesting to see, especially asking some of the questions we've asked, to see what they value or what sticks out to them, what are those important memories. And it's the same sort of themes: family,
each other.
Yeah, just trivial things you do growing up, which actually are really important and leave those kind of lasting memories. It's been really interesting to find out.
So yeah, throughout this project, I've learnt the signs of dementia awareness simply by being here, and little things like repetition of similar stories, and like we've spoken about earlier, the moments that they've kept really close to their heart. It's quite personal, because I always think you don't want to forget who that person is, no matter anything of a certain illness or something that develops in your life which is out of your control. You don't ever want to lose who you are and where you've been and your stories. So I think that's been a really important part of this piece as well, is like learning who they are as people.
Absolutely, and I think it's important for them to know that, like you say, they're still valued no matter their age, or if they're living with dementia or whatever. We still care about them, their stories, and we genuinely value meeting them and chatting to them. It's not because we're doing a project and we have to be here. We look forward to being here every Monday, and we treasure the time we have with them, and hopefully they get that back from us as well.
I think there's a great deal of stereotypes when you reach maybe a certain age. If you're a granddaughter or grandson, you grow up and it's your values, I suppose, and your priorities might differ. Then, I might not see my grandma today on a Saturday, but actually to them, it could be their whole life. I'm really excited to go and see my granddaughter or see them. So I think, it's very important just to still, I suppose, keep them around in your life and as a priority, because you never know when that unfortunately might end.
Absolutely. I'd also say that I think it's proved, being here for the last few weeks, that all of these people that we've met have still got so much creativity inside of them, and it's almost like being here and doing some of these activities has unlocked that, and they've shown all this amazing creativity and talent to do all the different arts and singing, and we've she's such a beautiful singer, or you're an amazing storyteller, or
and
that's
joy
a beautiful
as
piece of
well.
art.
They just throw themselves in, and actually I hope anyway it's just as reciprocated back with how much we enjoy it. I wake up every Monday and think, what a great day I'm going to have. I think what I'm most looking forward to now going to Southampton is, because we've already done it, we've got that new kind of confidence of how it went here, and I'm just more excited to get to know more people and more stories, and it could be another love story that we find, or it could be another person that just stands out just because they're so passionate about a certain topic that we might not even know now. I'm just really excited to learn more about them.
Absolutely, I'd echo everything you said there. So I'm just excited to meet more people, ask questions about them, ask questions about their life, and just find out what's important to them and what stories they want to share, or that they feel are important to share, and really delve into it, really get really deep. I think we've realised sort of the structure of how these sessions are going to go, so now it's just about
enjoying it.
Yeah, enjoying it and getting to know them, and I'm really looking forward to eventually moving on a bit. I'm really excited to eventually portray these stories, hopefully do them justice, and just really celebrate these stories.
Funding Roots and Branches has been a really
cool project to kind of see develop and see grow. I think coming out of the pandemic, when we know that people's mental health has declined, young people missing education and social settings, and also older people, especially with dementia, really increases that sense of social isolation. Projects like this to bring people together, to come out, to just bring your true self, I think, you know, kind of through all the vulnerabilities that you're facing is so important, and especially the intergenerational aspect, people sharing common experiences, even if you feel like you're living completely separate kind of lives, can be really valuable. And you know, none of this work would be possible without the National Lottery players. They contribute 30 million a week to go out to good causes, so it's like an honour to come out and be able to see the impact that that's having across Southampton.
Yeah, it's been enjoyable, very enjoyable. You've been a very, very good. You have to do that.
It's helpful.
Oh, what's up? Okay.
Yeah.
After all, we're sitting down, they haven't got enough staff, you're coming down. Well, you look how the boat, well, not so much this gentleman, but yourself, you're encouraging us to, well, do things, for want of a better expression. And you're then having a certain amount of laughter, enjoyment. So I think it's quite good. Different generations is very good because you can then normally talk to people and you can engage properly, no matter what age you are, or encouragement, or anything like this. Hello! They all went that way. See you later, Alan. Good luck with him. I'm probably 10, 15 years older than you. And we've done things in the past. You're doing things now. And probably in, shall we say, 15 days or months. And you'll have a way to do things in this and react and perhaps make it better for the people in the future. After all, we're of a certain age, just over 21, and no, that's true, I suppose I'm 70 or so, and you're doing things, we're basically trying to relate with you, and you're trying to do the same with us. And I think, within reason, you're doing a very good job, apart from him with that bloody thing. You're doing things, you're getting us to use the brain, relate with you, and things like that, and I think it's very good. Encouraging the slightly older than you. I hope I got away with that. I didn't think of the whiskey, that would be good, you know, I'll have 2 fingers worth.